enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye? Too much sun and not enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye? Too much sun and not enough sky. I'm lost again, but I gotta maintain. Too much sun and not enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye?
Hello everybody and welcome to race number 14 of 36 here in Season 2 NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. This is the first race of the second half of the regular season before the chase for the championship. Hi, I'm Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the M&Ms 500 at M&Ms Super Speedway, a 3-mile restrictor plate track. And I'm joined by a guest commentator, a well-known legend in the NR 2003 community, and he is a 5-time winner here in this series, in the NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. Holds ties the record of most wins in a season and in career with Austin Weiner. Please welcome to the booth, Chris Washer. How are you doing today, Chris?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, that's cool. So, what would you say would be some good tips when it comes to restrictor plate racing at a track like M&M's, where it's not tri-oval, it's practically an oval, but you go up to about 250 miles an hour?
Uh, yeah, I could give you some tips, but this track is kind of hard to keep your line because everybody's moving all over, and you're gonna have to turn that wheel constantly in order to keep your car from wrecking and trying and losing the draft. So it's kind of hard here to race, but it's very fun for the drivers. But all you need to do is just get in touch with someone, bump drive them, and you should be fine.
Exactly. And we noticed that this race a season ago, we saw a lot of 4 wide, even 5 wide racing here. So it's like they can go 4 or 5 wide, maybe even 6 wide. They just cannot be leaning on each other because once they lean,
Yeah.
be prepared for the big one. And last season we had an enormous big one where Seth Cole barrel rolled 13 and a half times down the front stretch. That is a ride that I think Seth Cole would like to forget, but it's funny with Seth Cole. It's like after that accident, he's had numerous flipping wrecks ever since. It's like he's been the target for flipping crashes, it seems. But,
It's, yeah, it seems like it.
yeah. I mean, the recent time where he flipped was at Lime Rock just a couple races ago, but anyways, here is a look at your starting lineup for this race. So that is a look
All
at your
right.
starting lineup. We have Chase Oliver and Seth Cole on the front row. Who is going to win this race? We are going to find out as we are going to go 26 laps here at M&M Super Speedway. And this should be an intense race. Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys and girls. And so far already we're seeing cars shuffling around trying to get a line going. And there you see, I believe that is Mason Bromer and Jessica Sheldon on the bottom. Now I see Cody Lamas going down there, along with Dylan Thero in the 17. And already I see some 4 wide racing going on towards the back. I believe I saw David Rivera running in that battle. And we got so many cars running everywhere, it's hard to tell who is where. And let's go back up
Yeah, I
to
mean,
the.
yeah.
Oh man, they were 5 wide right there. Oh, and we already get a wreck. Already.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
goodness. Oh my goodness. We already on the first lap get a big wreck, although it wasn't as big. But Preston Plord and Gabe Williams, the points leader, were all in that mess. And I know there was some more cars in there, but I guess they managed to get through. But my word. I saw Annie Thomas get in there in that 66, and she got airborne from a hit from the 34 of Sonny Hammond, but Chase Oliver somehow still holds on to the lead with Kyle Matthews right behind him. Man,
Wow,
oh
that
man.
is totally amazing. How they held on to that.
Yeah, like we were lucky because that was right towards the middle of the track, and I'm surprised that they did not collect more cars than I thought. They all just did a great job of slowing it down, getting by without any damage. So I think we got away with a 4 or 5 car incident as opposed to a 15, 20 car accident. But we're going to take a look at a replay and see what brought the caution out for the first time today here at M&Ms. All right, so here's how it starts. They are going 5 wide, almost 6 wide right there in that corner. And it looks like Gabe Williams sort of came down in front of Annie Thomas. Ian Dutta actually got a piece of it, as too did Alex Hawkins and David Rivera and Jekko Knight. So there were some more cars involved, but they managed to drive away. And then Sonny Hammond, who was running at the very back of the pack, was hoping to get through this, but when they come back up the racetrack, nowhere for him to go, and he gets right into Andy Thomas, and Andy Thomas's back wheels went up in the air. But that is a tough break for the points leader, Gabe Williams, who was hoping to keep that points lead. Now he might lose the points lead because he's only 13 points ahead of second place Austin Talley. So this was not what the 33 needed at all. And then there you see they're all slowing up, but they're still going 4 wide up here. But oh, wait a minute. Oh, I thought we had another incident we didn't know about. But that was a look at what brought the caution out for the first time. And I can't believe we only had about 6 cars involved as opposed to what could have happened. But that was a look at what brought the
Yeah, me,
caution out.
I'm surprised too.
Yeah. But that was a look at what brought the caution out. Let's take you to the restart. Well, the lights are out on the pace car, and drivers came down pit road for pit stops. And after that last accident, we have 5 cars out of the race, and they are Annie Thomas, Gabe Williams, Preston Plord, Sonny Hammond, and David Rivera. Tough break for all those cars, especially Gabe Williams, who came into this race as the points leader. But after the pit stops, Kyle Matthews' pit crew got him out fast enough. He's going to be the leader. Second is Cody Lamas. Third is Jessica Shelton. Fourth, right behind her, is her teammate Seth Cole. And then fifth is Zachary Fitzwater. Sixth is Charles Jackson. Seventh is Austin Talley, who could get the points lead now since Gabe Williams had his problems and he's running up here in the 7th spot. Eighth is Sam Young. Ninth is Joshua Collard. 10th is his teammate Ken Thero. The rest of the field, we have Alex Hawkins, Chase Oliver, Tommy Mooney, Austin Weiner, Dylan Thero, Barney Taylor, Theo Segal, Parker Wright, Alex Pedro, and PJ Williams, the top 20. Then it's Mason Bromer, Betty Johnson, Ryan Anderson Jr., Dylan Young, Michael Norman, Chris Washer, Brody Talley, Hunter Bell, Matt McIntyre, and Jekko Knight, the top 30. Then the rest of the cars are Henrietta Fitzwater, Justin Talampas, Eric Burton, Ian Dutta, Trent Dunham, Rue McIntyre, and Danny Wells. 37 cars left on the track. Anything can still happen, and when we go green, it'll be 21 laps to go here at the M&Ms 500. Still, it's anybody's game. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, because it's a very unexpected track to race here, and you once again you never know what's gonna happen. But it all depends on the drivers because they have so much on their mind. One little mistake and they'll go right into the wall.
Exactly. And already we see Jessica Sheldon trying to run the bottom line to try to get around Cody Lamas, and it looks like she's going to be able to, and she's going to suck up to the back bumper of Kyle Matthews. And now she's going to go to the bottom and try to get around the 5 car to get the lead. Let's go back to the back of the pack, and there you see Ian Dutta, who got involved in that accident. Wow, he's not even up to 200 miles per hour yet. Now he is, so he is clearly not up to speed. Everybody else is, and look at this racing we've got going on back here.
Yeah, 3 wide, 4 wide, and the thing is, in most races we have here, M&Ms in NASCAR Racing 2003 community, most of the wrecks happen on usually turn 4. So that's gonna be a trouble spot we're gonna have to look out for.
Yeah, turn 4, we definitely noticed that with this race last season, that the wrecks always seem to happen off of turn 4. That last wreck we just had happened entering turn 3. And now Sheldon with the lead, but now here comes Charles Jackson. Now, Charles Jackson is one of the hungriest guys we have here in this series because he has not yet gone to victory lane. He's been close several times. In fact, he finished second last week at the Coca-Cola 600 right behind Trent Dunham. And Trent Dunham was another
Yeah.
one of those hungry guys, and he finally prevailed and got that win that long eluded him. Maybe the same luck can go to Charles Jackson here today. We'll see, as he's got the lead. But now here comes Sheldon to try to get back to the bottom to get the lead back.
Yeah, and and what's yeah, she got her lead back, but that will quickly change as this once again is a restricted plate track. These cars like the pass here, and as you can see, the 10 car is trying to make a move.
Yeah, that's Sheldon's teammate, one of the 2 rookies in Stewart-Haas Racing, Alex Pedro, and now he gets the lead. So far, it looks like the Stewart-Haas cars are doing pretty good. You got Alex Pedro up here along with Sheldon, and then you got Parker Wright and Seth Cole running up here up at the front. And now here comes Joshua Collard, who won a race earlier in the season. If I can recall, I think he's in this race into the top 10 in the point standings. Not sure where specifically, but he's running up here. And now here comes Henrietta Fitzwater, Michael Norman, and Matt McIntyre. And look at that, 4 wide for second.
Oh, this is not gonna end well.
Oh, man. And are they 5 wide? Oh, and we got a wreck. Dylan Thera. Oh, my goodness. Holy
Oh my
schnites.
God.
I saw Cody Lamas go up in the air along with Dylan Thera. Oh, Chris Washer got involved.
Oh.
Man, oh, man. I see Parker Wright was there. Dylan Thera. Eric Burton was involved. Alex Hawkins got involved. Jekko Knight. Dylan Thero and Cody Lamas. So both of the Michael Waltrip cars got involved. The 5 and the 15. Actually, that's all of the Michael Waltrip cars that are probably going to be out of the race because Annie Thomas wrecked earlier.
Yeah.
And man, oh man, I saw 2 cars just go flying in the air, and I believe they were Cody Lamas was one. Oh, did Trent Dunham get into this? Looking at his car, it doesn't look like he got into it. I think he just lost a draft because I don't see any damage on his car. But there's Parker Wright and Eric Burden who's smoking, and I think everybody else is good right now. But that was a pretty big wreck we just witnessed. And we're actually going to go and take a look at a replay as to see what brought out the caution for the second time today here at M&Ms. Alright, here's a look at what happened. It looks like the same thing that happened earlier with Gabe Williams. The 17 came down into the 23 of Sam Young. And wow, Cody Lamas just went all over the place. And then other cars started to pile in. Like there you saw Eric Burden get his damage. Washer and Knight and Hawkins and Austin Talley was involved. And that was not what he needed at all. Because he was hoping to try to get the points lead, but That wasn't going to happen. Well, let's see how this Cody Lamas... Oh, he got caught in the catch fence.
Whoa.
He got caught in the catch fence. That's what happened. I believe whenever he got hit, he went up against the wall and his car caught the catch fence. Let's take a look at the TV2 camera. Yeah, his rear of his car got caught in the catch fence.
Oh my god.
And Alex
We're gonna have to take a
Hawkins...
look.
And Alex Hawkins got up in the air from a hit from somebody. We'll have to go to the 47, see who in the world hit him. Let's go back to the TV1 cameras. They are all running very close together. Look at that. That's 6 wide right up there. That's happening. Gets hit right there. Oh, man. I think he must have got hit from the 88. Let's take a look at this again. Niles, from when Cody Lamas was starting to flip, he hit him, and then Austin Talley was right there next to him, and that's what got the 47 up in the air. But I'm curious
Yeah.
as to know, how does the 24 and the 38 get into this? Let's see. They were running around the 26 spot. At least Chris Washer was. Let's see. Oh, he got his teammate Austin Talley. That's what happened. Then the 38 got the 17. They just had nowhere to go. And that is a tough break for Washer, who was looking to get back into the top 10 in points in order to stay there, in order to make the chase. But luckily for him, he does have that win that he had earlier in the season. I don't really remember where he won earlier in the year, but he does have a win. That is a good backup plan for in case he can't make the chase via the top 10. But we got to go up to the 15 one more time, because this was an unusual ride. The rear of his car gets the catch fence, and then he just flipped over a couple times, and in such a weird way. We're actually going to go through a few onboards with this. We're going to go on board with the 15, the 24, the 17, and the 47. On board with Chris Washer, who gets involved in this, running 26 at the time. As there you see the wreck, right there into the 88.
Ooh, yeah. He tried to go to the bottom to avoid it, but the wreck just went down to the bottom with him.
Yep. On board with Alex Hawkins in the 47 car. There you see he got clipped by the 17 and then got up in the air from hitting the 15 and the 88. And that's the end of his day. On board with Dylan Thero, who was the starter of the wreck, as there you see collecting cars. Wow, look at that. Saw the 15 of Llamas just go flipping right off the front of his windshield. That was a sight to see. And on board with Cody Lamas, this is going to be rather unusual. Wow, and we didn't lose the camera right there after that. The camera survived. But still, that is one of the most unusual, most bizarre accidents I have ever witnessed. The car was spinning out and it hit the wall, and then all of a sudden the rear of the car got caught in the catch fence and caused the car to flip over a couple times. But that is a tough break for that 15 car, who's not had that great of a season. But let's take you now back to the restart. Well, lights are out on the pace car, which means we will be going to green next time by, which will be 13 to go, so we'll be halfway through. List of cars out of the race after that last accident are Eric Burton, Parker Wright, Austin Talley, Dylan Thero, Cody Lamas, Alex Hawkins, Chris Washer, and Jekko Knight. Those are the cars listed out. Alex Pedro decided to stay out and keep the lead. He's your leader. Then it's Michael Norman second, third Henrietta Fitzwater, fourth Mason Bromer, fifth is Justin Talampaz, sixth is Rue McIntyre, seventh is Ian Dutta, but he is not up to speed. So this is going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with him. Trent Dunham 8th, 9th Matt McIntyre, and 10th is Chase Oliver, the pole sitter. Then it's Austin Weiner, PJ Williams, Ken Thero, Barney Taylor, Charles Jackson, Betty Johnson, Danny Wells, Joshua Collard, Jessica Shelton, and Kyle Matthews to top 20. Then the rest of the field is Theo Segal, Seth Cole, Zachary Fitzwater, Sam Young, Ryan Anderson Jr., Dylan Young, Brody Talley, and Tommy Mooney. That is a look at your field when we go green. Started with 42, we're down to 29. However, I don't see Hunter Bell anywhere. Where's the 22? He's out of the race.
Wow.
Something that he must have got into somebody on pit road, and that's what happened. We'll take a look at a replay in case a caution comes out. If not, after the race, we'll take a look at a replay as to what happened to the 22. Or he might have blown a motor. We're not entirely sure, but
That could have happened. A transmission problem.
that's possible. But here we go. We are now halfway through this race. Alex Pedro is the leader. And already cars
Yeah,
are
and
starting to get their lines forming.
yeah, and these guys, this is the halfway point of the race. This is kind of like the a new race to them, but it's shorter. So these guys are gonna be even more rowdy than what we saw in the opening laps,
Oh,
and
wait a
that's
minute, wait a minute.
kind of
Alex
worrisome.
Pedro's out of fuel. Oh, my
Whoa!
word.
What the heck?
Alex Pedro, either his motor's gone or he's out of fuel, but I think he's out of fuel. He did not come down pit road that last stop, but now who's the leader? It looks like
Well,
Rue
terrible change
McIntyre's
of
now
pace
gotten
for
the
Alex
lead.
Pedro.
Yeah, Alex Pedro, that is bizarre. And now we're seeing guys coming down
Yeah.
pit road now. What in the world? These must be
Looks
cars
like
who
they
did not pit.
Yeah, they must have miscalculated their fuel window, and now they kind of just got the point that they're gonna run out of fuel the next few laps, so they decided to go down the pit.
Yeah. And now Chase Oliver, who led early on, he's gotten the lead back. And now P.J. Williams is in second, and Barney Taylor, Austin Weiner, and Ken Thero to top 5. There's Alex Pedro. He finally made his pit stall and looks like he's going to be able to keep going. Ian Dutta's on pit road, Henrietta Fitzwater, Michael Norman, Mason Bromer, Rue McIntyre, and Justin Talampas. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe Hunter Bell got into Sam Young on pit road. Because I see rear end damage on the back of the 23. That might have been what happened, but we'll take a look at a replay in case a caution comes out to be absolutely certain. And the 18 is just now coming back onto the field. But Chase Oliver is your leader, and he's been starting to get a good luck run as of late. He's gotten a couple of good top 10 finishes under his belt, and he hasn't won a race since the Aaron's 499 at Talladega last season. So it's been a long time since that 21 car has been to victory lane. And he made the chase last season, but his chase for the championship was pretty dismal. Hopefully, if he makes it in this season, he can have better luck. But it's 10 laps to go here in the M&Ms 500, and so far we are seeing some pit strategy go down because cars who decide to stay out on that last caution. Oh, and Chase Oliver gets turned. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Barney Taylor just flew. Oh man, and we see more cars
Oh
in there.
God.
Oh my word. Betty Johnson, Tommy Mooney, Dylan Young, Ken Thero, Ryan Anderson Jr., Barney Taylor, Michael Norman, Matt McIntyre, Charles Jackson, and probably more we don't even know about.
Wow.
That was massive. I saw Barney Taylor hop in the air, and that was unbelievable. The question is,
Yeah,
who
the
is the
thing
leader
is,
now?
and the thing is, we had the NRSL Budweiser IndyCar series. Of course, that's gonna be my series coming up in the summer. Had a test race here, but the same laps. We only had one caution, so it's getting wreckier and wreckier by these guys from the IndyCar guys.
Exactly. But I mean, man, that was right at the dead front
Oh
of
my
the
God.
field for the lead as well. That was going on between the 13 and the 21. But somehow, someway, Joshua Collard managed to get around all that, and now he is the leader. But before we take a look at a replay as to what happened to bring out the caution, we're going to take a look at a replay to see what happened to the 22 of Hunter Bell and the 23 of Sam Young. All right, here's a look at what happened. It looks like Sam Young was slowing down to get ready to go into pit road. Hunter Bell was a little bit faster, and there you see they all are starting to stack up, and Hunter Bell just gets right into the back of the 23 of Sam Young, and that's what happened to those cars. They were all slowing down to try to come down pit road, but that is a tough break for Hunter Bell, who won, I believe, if I can recall, he won back at Atlanta or Las Vegas. I think, if I'm correct, I think it was Las Vegas where he won, and ever since he's been free falling in the point standings. He at one point was the points leader, but he's just been having a very struggling few weeks as of late. But that was a look at what happened to the 22 and the 23. Let's now take you to a replay as to what brought the caution out for the third time today here at M&Ms. So this was a battle for the lead between Barney Taylor and Chase Oliver, and Chase Oliver, it looked like he tried to block the 13, and wow, as soon as the 13 came back up the track, he got up in the air and
Oh.
just went high in the air, and then all of a sudden, oh, and there was a second incident that took place with the 51 and the 11 that got them wrecking, and then all these cars back here had nowhere to go. Let's take a look at the 13. Wow, there you see, as soon as he came back up the racetrack, let's go to the TV2 camera to see what this looked like. Yeah, right into Ken Thero and then up into the wall, and there you see they're up in the air. And then Michael Norman, oh, Danny Wells got a piece of it as well. And back there, just more cars just piled in, but we need to take a look at the 11 of Mason Bromer, because I saw him in the 51. Oh, he got turned by the 99 of Betty Johnson.
Oh man, what a shame.
And Mason Bromer was running in, I believe, third or fourth in the point standings. Betty Johnson around that top five, and yeah, the 99 just clipped the 11, and then he's going to come back up, and wow, right in front of Ryan Anderson Jr., and that's what happens. And while Ken Thero got hit hard, so too did the 48, but let's take a look at the 48, see how does he get into this. Oh, I think he's going to hit the 21. Let's see. No, he hits the 9 of Ken Thero, and that's how
Ooh.
both of them went up in the air. And then Dylan Young had nowhere to go. Betty Johnson was in that. So many top cars in the point standings got into this. The 99, the 11, and already the points leader and second in points have wrecked. Now we got more top 5 cars in points getting into incidents. That is a tough break for a lot of these cars, but Barney
Yeah.
Taylor went for a crazy ride as right there, as soon as he came back up, went up in the air and on top of the 9 and on top of the 21. That car had to have been at least 10 feet above the ground. That was a crazy, crazy ride,
Oh yeah.
but I don't think any ride's going to be crazier than what happened to Seth Cole and Ian Siegel, and Seth Cole ironically had one of the wildest rides at this race a season ago, where he barrel rolled 13 and a half times. So this track seems to be notorious for crazy styled wrecks. Like we already had seen one earlier with Cody Lamas, then it gets topped by Barney Taylor.
That's amazing. It's like they're trying to beat each other at Rex.
Yeah, it's like it's a contest of can you top this, basically. We're actually going to go through a few onboards. We're going to go on board with the 13, the 21, the 11, and the 99, and the 9 and the 48. On board with Chase Oliver. There you see he gets turned by the 13, and wow, there you saw he was right on top of him. And then right there, hit from the 99, and then he just keeps on spinning and spinning. And that was a tough break. He was the leader at the time. Very good car, and then something like this happens.
Yeah. So it's very disappointing weekend for that team, but it's gonna be interesting to see some new people show up to lead, and maybe they could win this race.
Indeed. On board with Tommy Mooney, who was running in the 17th spot at the time. There you see the contact up ahead, the wreck happening, and then right in front of him was the 11 and the 99 incident. Wow, hard right into the 9 of Ken Thero. Good grief. On board with the 11 of Mason Bromer, who was a part of the second portion of this wreck. Right there, he gets turned by the 99, right up into the 51. And that's how he gets into it. On board with Ken Thero, who was running third at the time. Wow, right there, he got nailed up on top by the 13, and then right there the hit from the 48, and that was the end of his day. Both of the Thero brothers have had trouble this weekend. And finally on board with Barney Taylor, the starter of this accident. Wow. That air that car got was amazing. Now, if you can ask me, I think there's going to be a rivalry brewing between the 13 and the 21. I don't think Chase Oliver's going to be too happy with Barney Taylor after all that. Same can be said to Betty Johnson for what happened with her and Mason Bromer, but
Yeah.
that is a look at what brought the caution out. Let's take you back to the restart. Alright, so the next time we go green, it's going to be 5 laps to go, and I know you're thinking, there's Ian Dutta and Alex Pedro up ahead. Well, they're the last 2 cars on the tail end of the
Yep.
lead lap. And the cars out of the race after that accident are Danny Wells, Barney Taylor, Dylan Young, Ryan Anderson Jr., Chase Oliver, Ken Thero, Matt McIntyre, Betty Johnson, Tommy Mooney, Michael Norman, and Mason Bromer. So we are down to 17 cars left on the racetrack. Holy crap. But Trent Dunham is your leader. Second is Justin Talampas. Third is Henrietta Fitzwater. Fourth is Joshua Collard. Fifth is PJ Williams. Sixth is Austin Weiner. Seventh is Kyle Matthews. Eighth, Brody Talley. Ninth, Seth Cole. 10th is Rue McIntyre. And the rest of the cars are Jessica Shelton, Theo Segal, Charles Jackson, Zachary Fitzwater, Sam Young, Ian Dutta, and Alex Pedro. Now, after that accident with the 13 of Barney Taylor, when he flew up in the air like that, the only other accident I can really recall recently in the series that happened like that was back at Daytona in the Pepsi 400 last season, where Rue McIntyre was in the 8 car at the time, and he got nailed, and he went up 10 feet in the air and did about 5 helicopter spins in the air and flew over top of several cars. Didn't flip at all, but still, it was a pretty wild ride. So that's the only other accident I can really recall that had any similarity to what happened to the 13 car. But this
Yeah.
restart's going to be interesting because Ian Dutta, we know, is not up to speed at all after that first caution. And Alex Pedro is right here. But here we go. Green flag is back out. And Ian Dutta, oh no, he's holding up Talampas. Now he's going to try to let drivers get around him. Oh, he about got hit by Brody Talley, and that could have been a disaster written all over it. But it looks like they're going to be able to get around the 18 car, so everybody's still good to go. PJ Williams somehow is trying to get around the 1 of Dunham. And now here comes Brody Talley, Rue McIntyre. We've still got a lot of interesting names running up here, and a lot of big names too, like Trent Dunham, Austin Weiner, Joshua Collard, Seth Cole, Jessica Shelton, Zachary Fitzwater, among others, running up here along with PJ Williams.
So more than likely, we're gonna see a big name win this race as we're gonna cross the line to only a few more laps to go.
Yep, it is 4 to go here at M&Ms. So if a caution comes out right now, the race would be over. And PJ Williams, who's got a pretty big lead at the moment. Oh man, they're getting really, really testy back here. Oh man, they're gonna keep it together. And look at that, you see both of the Golden Corral cars running right next to each other, the Henrietta Fitzwater and Rue McIntyre. You would think they are part of the same team, but they're not. Rue McIntyre, in fact, is teammates with Chase Oliver for Yates Wood Brothers, and Henrietta Fitzwater is part of the Tommy Baldwin team. So there's your difference there. But now they're getting ready to come to the stripe to take 3 to go. And PJ Williams has still been leading. Nobody's really been able to get to him yet, because everybody's still just shuffling around trying to get a good line going. But Now here comes Zachary Fitzwater in the '07, who's looking to try to get his second career win. And then look at Seth Cole. Despite winning back at Kentucky, he has had a dismal season. He comes into this race 41st in points. Hopefully, maybe he can get a good finish here today, and he's pushing the '07 to try to get him up to the front. Now this battle for the lead is widened because we got several cars up here. But, oh man, this could get pretty. This could get bad pretty fast, as it looks like it's going to be 3 wide for the lead, and it's 2 to go. And I couldn't tell who led that time. I think Zachary Fitzwater led. Trying to check around the track. And now we got battle for lead between Seth Cole and Justin Talampas in the 78. But there you see Trent Dunham and Rue McIntyre are still up here in the pack, along with Fitzwater. Both of the Fitzwaters, the husband and wife couple, Zachary and Henrietta, are doing really, really good, both running in the top 10 at the moment. But man, this is going to get really, really dicey, as here comes Fitzwater to the bottom of Talampas. And oh, Theo Segal! There goes the 83.
Oh my God!
Oh, they both managed to get in the pit road. Henrietta Fitzwater was involved, but no caution. We are going to race it to the line for the win. Who is it going to be?
Good.
Fitzwater's got the bomb, and now Seth Cole trying to go for something. How big would this be for redemption? Last season, that M&Ms went for one of the wildest rides of all time, and he comes back to this season, and he's trying to win. But he doesn't have anybody pushing him, and besides, here comes P.J. Williams back to the bottom. Oh man, this is going to get really, really testy. P.J. Williams, who won back at Talladega earlier this season, he's trying to get his second straight plate win. Can he do it? Oh man, are we going to see a photo finish again? Who's going to get it? Oh man, another close finish. Holy crap, who got it? Who got it? P.J. Williams wins. Holy crap. This has been crazy. We have been seeing close finishes lately. We saw in the All-Star race, Seth Cole barely beat Zachary Fitzwater by 3/1000ths of a second. Ironically, Zachary Fitzwater was a part of another close photo finish, and again he comes up short.
What an amazing finish. That came down right to the line. That's what every race fan wants to see right there.
No doubt about it. And P.J. Williams, who has been remarkable as a play racer, who won at Talladega earlier in the season, he's going to get another play win, and he's going to win here at M&Ms. Great job for that 27 team. Now, we saw on the lap before last, we saw Henrietta Fitzwater. Oh, and we got a wreck on pit road. Collard got turned, but that does not matter. And Austin Weiner and Charles Jackson are just, what in the world is going on with these cars on pit road? They are all just spitting each other. But that doesn't matter because the race is over anyways. But let's take a look at the results. Look at that. 0 numbers on that. I wonder if it was closer or just as close as the All-Star race. But P.J. Williams gets his second career win in the NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, his second win of the season. He and Austin Talley are the only cars this season to win multiple races. P.J. Williams is going to get it. Zachary Fitzwater, again, so close to winning his second career win, but still great run for him nonetheless. And then look at third and fourth. Both of the Stewart-Haas cars who managed to keep up front, Jessica Sheldon and Seth Cole, they finished third and fourth. Great run for both of them. And then Brody Talley, who was involved in a caution earlier on, he's going to come away with a 5th place finish. Great run for him. Justin Talampas gets 6th, another great finish. He has been getting some good finishes and hoping to get up higher in the point standings after this race. Trent Dunham, after the win at the Coke 600, he is on a good momentum streak. He comes away with 7th. This can move him up into the top 5 in the point standings. Joshua Collard gets a good finish of 8th. Austin Weiner, great run of 9th. And then rounding out the top 10, getting another good finish, is Charles Jackson. And then the rest of the cars that finished were Rue McIntyre, Kyle Matthews, Sam Young, Henrietta Fitzwater, and Theo Segal, who finished on the lead lap. And then the next two cars finished the race a lap down, and they were Alex Pedro and Ian Dutta. And then the rest of the cars were out of the race, and they are Danny Wells, Barney Taylor, Dylan Young, Ryan Anderson Jr., Chase Oliver, Ken Thero, Matt McIntyre, Betty Johnson, Tommy Mooney, Michael Norman, Mason Bromer, Hunter Bell, Eric Burton, Parker Wright, Austin Talley, Dylan Thero, Cody Lamas, Alex Hawkins, Chris Washer, Jecko Knight, Annie Thomas, Gabe Williams, Preston Plord, Sonny Hammond, and David Rivera. Now, we are now after this race, just like I did with the All-Star race, there will be snapshots of how close the finish was, because that was remarkable. So, but here is your official results one more time, as well as the rookie points and regular point standings. Our next race, I'll have to look at the schedule in order to really remember, but I'm actually going to try to look at the schedule right now and see for myself. The next race we are running is our third trip to a road course, and that's going to be at Canadian Tire. So that will be our next race. But until that race, here is your results as well as snapshots of the finish, rookie points, and overall point standings. But I'd like to thank Chris Washer for stopping by here at the booth to commentate with me.
No problem. It's kind of early, kind of getting into the afternoon here. Right. But the excitement of the race kept me up. But thanks for having me.
No problem. But anyways, see you guys at Canadian Tire.